Before the achievements, before the celebrations, here's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Two states separated by one border and a rivalry that crosses over every single season. With both teams coming off tough weekends last week, the stakes are high, emotions are already flaring, and the stage is set for a massive showdown. We are live inside the Thunder Ice Arena for a big-time tilt between the Trine University Thunder and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman. Happy to have you all join us here on the audio-only stream right here on ACTV. Of course, a short drive from Adrian over to Angola, only about an hour and change on the bus for these Bulldogs, but they are ready and set to go for a very important NCAA, though non-in-conference game tonight with the Thunder. Looking at their record so far, 10-4-0 on the season. Of course, they dropped 2 games last week against the Aurora University Spartans, which is another NCAA team that they have a massive rivalry with. And unfortunately, they dropped from the number 2 spot in the national poll all the way to the number 3 spot, so only 1 slot down, but still you would like to be as high up as possible if you need the at-large bid towards the end of the season to get into the national tournament if you cannot win the Harris Cup. Right now, though, in good position in conference standings, they're tied first in the NCAA with St. Norbert with a total of 19 points. And as we were talking about before, coming off a very hard home-and-home series with Aurora, their 3rd and 4th time playing the Spartans this season, a 1-4 loss in Game 1 in Adrian, and then on the road couldn't get the job done either. 2-4 the final score after 60 minutes of play. And the interesting thing is, for both of those games, the Bulldogs outshot the Spartans. In Game 1, it was 27-6 to 26, and then in game number 2, it was 33-18. And the most important thing there is in that 3rd period of game number 1, they took 17 shots, but just couldn't find the back of the net and dropped 2 heartbreakers that really for the national poll are very important. And now you see Aurora taking the higher spot in that poll over the Bulldogs. Frank Tefelsky, Patrick Saney, Theo Trine were the only goal scorers through those games, but in those two contests really just could not find the bounces, and that was a similar result to what we saw earlier on in November. Two close games for the Bulldogs with the Spartans and just couldn't find a way to get it done. And we talked with head coach Adam Phillips before the game, and he had some words to say about that. That we'll get to in just a few short moments. If the Dogs are to find a win here today, they definitely have to start the game off very, very strong. Sloppy starts did play a factor in the two games against Aurora last week, and they have to finish the game strong as well. A full 60 minutes is going to be absolutely crucial for these Tilts. We saw the Bulldogs play the Thunder earlier on in this season, even though it did not count towards the regular season standings. It was an exhibition matchup where the Bulldogs would win 5-2. Both teams had their entire rosters on the bench, just testing out some lines, and they looked pretty good. But what's more important is that last season, the Bulldogs, for the first time ever in a weekend series with the Thunder, did not pick up a win through the two games that they played with them. They lost 1-3 here in Angola on February the 14th of 2025, and then they tied 2-2, but would wind up losing in a shootout just one day later back at the Arrington Ice Arena, and definitely for the Dogs left a sour taste in their mouth that they're going to have to try and recover from. And as we mentioned, of course, the Bulldogs facing against the Thunder quite some times. 27 meetings all time. The Bulldogs are 22-3-1. And, of course, last season, the only time the Bulldogs did not pick up a win on the season. The Thunder, on the other hand, 7-5-2 overall. They are now outside the top 15 in the national poll. They're coming off an upset sweep from St. John's University over in Minnesota. Those games were 2-3 losses and 2-4 after 60 minutes of play. And without a doubt, it's a massive blow to their season. St. John's, regularly, you probably should say, shouldn't have a chance against a top team like Trine, playing in the NCAA, one of the best, if not the best, conference in all of Division III play. And the Thunder just did not have their stuff for their road games over in Minnesota. They also have another shocking loss this season. It was their first game of the year on the 31st of October where they lost to SUNY Canton 1-2. So sometimes they can get stunned, and we've seen it a number of times this season. But really for them today, trying to piggyback off of last year's success where they won at home and then they tied but won in a shootout just to rub it in the Bulldogs' face. And really, at the end of the day, need to forget about what happened last week and focus on today. They have a big, tough test ahead in the Bulldogs. And our player to watch is going to be the forward in Alex Babbage, leads the Thunder in goals and assists. He's got 6 goals, 11 assists for his 17 points on the season through 14 games played. As we get our starting lineups, we'll take a step aside to hear from head coach Adam Phillips. Sermon here with Coach Phillips of the Adrian College men's NCAA hockey team. Guys are now 2 games into the second semester. The last time that we were able to see you before the holiday break was a massive weekend against Hiram College. That was a 10-0 and an 8-0 victory in both of those games. Can you walk us through how great it was to end the semester off on such a high note?
Yeah, it was great to end the semester on a high note, like you said. A couple of reasons come to mind. One, we were able to get every player that was healthy and available in on that weekend. And I think, as the season goes on and the weeks go on, we talk about our process and playing to our standard and the expectations of our team. And despite who we're playing or what the score is or what the conditions are, we want to make sure that we're maximizing our potential and playing to our capabilities. And I thought we did a good job of that on Friday against Hiram College. And then to come back and have the same mindset and mentality and do it again to win on Saturday, going into the break feeling good was a really positive thing for our team.
It was a few short weeks being off from staying around campus, and your first test back from the break is against Aurora for a 2-game stint, which you guys saw them earlier on in November, and things didn't necessarily go your way. What was the message to the team before the series and then after you guys got back?
Yeah, well, part of the message was, to be honest, when we got back after 2 weeks off, I think it was that first meeting, where we're looking at the season as a whole and we're going into the second half. And part of the message was, seniors, you guys, this is your last kick at the can. We have a senior class that has had a loss in the national championship in overtime. We've had that same class has had a loss in the Frozen Four in semifinal, and then that same class has, didn't make the NCAA tournament last year. So what's the last kick at the can going to be for the senior class? Juniors, you guys are 3 months away from being seniors. Sophomores, you guys are 3 months away from being upperclassmen. Freshmen, you guys are 3 months away from being sophomores. So the message was kind of that perspective, and for everyone to dig in a little bit. And we had a good week of practice, and obviously the weekend went how the weekend went, which I'm sure we'll get into here in a minute. But just wanted to kind of give that perspective of, each season goes by very quickly, and the 4 years goes by quickly as well. And to kind of put in that perspective where, everyone can dig in and give a little bit more. Just want to kind of get the second half kicked off with that mindset.
You guys have had some practices now. Now that you've had time to reflect and sort of talk things over with the group, what have you shared with them now that you're back at it?
I think, as far as like after the Aurora series, it was a unique weekend with the day off. So Friday, we didn't like our effort at all, and we had a pretty direct meeting on Saturday with clips and some messaging there that we need to be better in a lot of areas. And I thought on Sunday we came out and it was better in the first period. I think we outshot them 18-8 in the first period, but we found ourselves down 1-0. And then second period wasn't our best period by any means, and then we showed a little bit of desperation and fight in the third period, which was good. But my frustration, I think all of our group's frustration, is why do we wait until the third period, being down a goal or two, to kind of have that desperation and urgency to play the way that we're capable of. It's got to be that from puck drop, and trying to put our finger on a reason why that it's got to be until the third period down 2 goals for that to happen. But fortunately, it's a short week here, and we get a chance to take a little bit of weight off our shoulders in a game tomorrow.
During the 2 games, I think one of the things that stood out to me at least is your guys' power play. Unfortunately, went 0 for 5 through those 2 games. Now that you guys have looked over the film, you've talked with the team, shared whatever message that you've needed to get off your chest, is that something that you guys are looking for, especially with the next 2 games ahead?
Yeah, special teams is always a really important piece, and you look at Sunday's game, and they score a couple on their power play, and we don't capitalize on ours. And but when I watch it back and I look at the chances that we did generate on our power play, especially there in the first period, we had some grade A looks that I think will go in 50% of the time, 60% of the time, whatever it is. And you're not going to score every power play, obviously, but if we're generating scoring chances like we did, that's what we want. We want to get momentum and feed off of that. And you're not always going to score, but got to find a way to dig in and find a way to bury some of those.
It seemed like at times too, the team uncharacteristically, especially for this season, was a little bit flat-footed and really started to turn it on in the later stages of the game. But to start both games, it seems like you guys were behind a little bit. What are the adjustments that you're looking to make for the Trine and the USA game?
Well, we just got to make a decision to play with that desperation and urgency and on our toes, not on our heels. We can talk about it all day long. We can show clips all day long, but it's got to be a decision that we choose, mentally first, and then go out there and sacrifice for each other and do it. Winning is very, very, very hard, and there's a lot of tough matchups that we have. And Aurora's, obviously they're one of the best teams in the country. And if we don't have that mentality that we're going to choose to sacrifice for each other and play the right way and do all the little things that it takes to win, then we're going to roll the dice, and we might win some and might lose some. But when we fully commit to those winning hockey details and habits and sacrificing, we feel like we have a really good team and can do some damage.
On a positive note, one of the players that's definitely been standing out to me is Frank Tefelsky. Going into the second Aurora game, he was on a 7-game point streak. Can you speak to how important he's been to the team, and especially as an underclassman?
Yeah, he's been great. Obviously, the thing that stands out with him is just his goal scoring ability. He can really fire the puck. He's good on the power play. He's good 5-on-5. He kills.
Apologies to Coach Phillips as we had to cut that interview short. We are getting set and ready to go here at the Thunder Ice Arena for the Bulldogs and the Thunder. Puck is dropped and we are underway in Angola. Bulldogs will open things off by a dump in from the neutral zone, and a quick whistle through the glove of Kyle Kozma. We'll stop 19:53 left to go here in the first period. Patrick Saney will come out for the Bulldogs to take a face-off in the far side face-off circle against number 9 in Alexander Babbage. So we'll get locked up underneath in the corner. It's Logan Fernestow. Glove down by Malika. There's a turnover. Simcoe will take it away and send it over for Babbage. Saney swoops in and takes it back. His pass to nobody through the neutral zone. Chasing it down quickly is number 24 in Lemvardi for the Thunder, and off the outside of the netting. It is stopped once again by Kyle Kozma, and a great time to introduce our starting goaltenders for this evening. Of course, as you heard it for the Thunder, it's going to be the senior in Kyle Kozma this season. 6 games played, a .911 save percentage, a .223 goals against average, and the sophomore for the Bulldogs in Ryan Piros coming in 7-4-0, his .915 save percentage and a .210 GAA. As we drop the puck, continuing on, it's Ben Loretto down low for Ian Amsbaugh. His quick snapshot gets stopped in the chest of Kozma, as he'll eat that one up for his first official shot of the day. 3 quick line changes for both sides, as we'll keep the face-off in the offensive zone. It's one back by Ian Amsbaugh, coughed it up on the top of the circle. Thunder will take it out of the zone. Carter Clark in reverse. Now it's Ben Loretto, a fast pass to Summers, who touches up just before the blue line. And scooping it up is Sean Henry, number 5 for the Thunder. David Clark with a quick wrist shot, blocked away by Kozma. Loretto around the boards, down underneath for Amsbaugh. He'll pirouette backwards, still holding it underneath the red line. Gets double teamed as the puck is stripped away from him. Deeb up the boards for Loretto. Across for Clark. Can't handle it at the line as it'll pop out. Deeb will need to make a quick play with it as the Thunder feed it cross ice. Anderson in the neutral zone towards Piros. He'll play it off now through his 5-hole. That somehow snuck through, but we continue on. Almost a scary play there early on for the goaltender in Ryan Piros. This is fired around the high glass. Julian Jacob lines up, sticked away up into the protective netting, and will stop again. 18:26 left to go here in the first period. 2 stops for number 30 in Kyle Kozma. Got to see Kozma earlier on this season in the exhibition matchup at the Arrington Ice Arena. All of the goaltenders getting some action for the Bulldogs and the Thunder. And again, it's another face-off in the offensive zone for the Dogs, as it's picked up off the draw by Logan Fernestow. In front of the Thunder bench, taking a crunch is Fernestow. The shoulder from Jack O'Hannison. Will give it to his brother, Nick O'Hannison. Cross ice for Julian Jacob. Takes a scan, finds Tefelski up at center ice. It was touched, so the icing waved off. Kozma has to play it. Will rim it around the high glass and stopped on the blue. O'Hannison looking for a shot. Lost it in between his feet. Picking up there is Jack Cooper. Gets one-on-one with O'Hannison, and he's down in some pain. That doesn't look good. I think when the Bulldogs get possession here, this is going to be blown down. That is an ugly situation. He hasn't gotten up yet. This is off to the side in Jeffers. Thunder still holding it in the offensive zone now to the slots, and we will get a whistle. Nick O'Hannison down in a considerable amount of pain. Was hard to see what he hit. That's an ugly situation. Not what you want to see early on for the Bulldogs. Nick O'Hannison, one of the impact freshmen for this Adrian squad. So they're going to attend to him, and hopefully he's all right. With that, we'll step aside for a quick injury timeout. We'll be right back. 17:35 left to go in the first period. Bulldogs and the Thunder. You're watching Adrian College Hockey on ACTV. Nico Handelson being helped off to his bench by the Adrian College athletic training squad and took an awkward collision into the boards and looks to be holding on to his left arm, so an apparent injury early on for Nico Handelson as he'll head back to the dressing room to get some repairs. Hopefully we'll see him return later on in this game, but that crash into the wall not looking good. Will continue on. 17:33 left to go here in the first period. No score from the Thunder Ice Arena just as yet. This is dumped in towards Kozma. Picked up in the near side corner by Drew Jeffers. Gray and white sweaters coming together. Sent back up to the point. It's picked off quickly by Simcoe. Malika will step in and take it away. Change of possession 2 times as now it's Saney. Bannister with the 180 move will send it deep into the Thunder zone. Cross-ice pass. Simcoe waiting on the boards. Turned over. Saney looking for a shot, and that one just goes wide. It was Vardy who stepped up and made a contact with his stick. Right side is Saney. Now to the slot. Nobody there for him to pass to. To the wall. Bannister's shot gets deflected in front. Gloving it down out of midair is Simcoe. This is leapt out of the zone and will travel the distance of the ice. And we get icing with 16:43 left to go here in the first period. Alex Herman, of course, happy to have you all join us here this evening on ACTV. 2 road games coming up for the Bulldogs today and then tomorrow over in Plymouth, Michigan against the National Development Team. So be sure to tune in for all Bulldog hockey right here on ACTV. Ben Loretto works it across for David Clark. His wrist shot blockered away. And a good early start on the offense for the Bulldogs. Not all the shots, I think, are listed correctly up on the scoreboard. There's only 2, but we've definitely seen 4 at this point. As David Clark has it, gets hassled by Antonucci. Up the wall, stolen by Marquette. Piros will play it on the forehand, now backhand. Around the boards for Clark. The breakout successful. Here goes Ian Amsball. Up the right side wing to the middle. Here's Loretto for Deeb. And his pass is stopped by the stick of Trace Johnson right in the middle. Cooper will dump it into the far side corner. Amsball one-on-one with Marquette. Now to the top of the blue line. Summers will flex his man into the wall, and it's deflected up into the protective netting. 15:51 left to go here in the first period. We have the live stats up on our website. It does say that the Bulldogs are credited for 4 shots on goal, though the shot clock to our left does not fully read correctly. It only says 3 at this point. Michael DiPietra gets thrown out for Brett Wall in the faceoff. This heads to the blue line. There's a wrist shot. Early save from Piros. He'll squeeze it. Saw that one all the way from blade to chest as he'll gather it for the whistle. Tied up on the face-off dot. Swept around the boards. It'll stay in by the stick of right. A deflection in front from the twig of Anderson, but it doesn't go. It's wide. Here's Jacob with a quick pickup. Has 2 in front. It's Vellucci. Deflected it right up into his cage as it's dumped in. Josh Wright will stop it and lead the charge. His breakout pass to the top of the blue line for Glinski. There's a feed off to the side for Vellucci. Looking to the middle, and Sorensen was driving the net front, but never reached the area he was intending. There's a pass from Whittingham, his first game as a Bulldog. The freshman from Cranbrook, British Columbia, has missed the first semester with an injury, but now cleared to play, so he'll get some time here tonight. Anthony Malika taking it himself, the defenseman. It's turned over into the neutral zone. And once again, we change sticks. To the wall, it's Malika. Now aside with speed, it's Jake Swade, the captain. Will go to the right side wing. Taking it away. Here's a 2-on-1. Swade shooting, and a shoulder stop by Kozma. He'll get the whistle. 14:38 left to go here. Best look of the night so far for the Bulldogs, a 2-on-1. Swade was thinking shoot, and there's nothing wrong with that decision. Had Tefelsky off to his left, but not really a great angle to pass. Face-off won back by the Bulldogs. Malika, his shot deflected in front. It's stopped by the stick of Marquette. He'll lead the Thunder to our right. Tefelsky in front of the Bulldog bench, back for Malika. Now it's Bannister. Swade up ahead of the play. Gets around Antonucci and now uses his speed to get right behind Johnson. They'll send some snow onto the glass as they stop promptly. Around the boards it goes, picked up by Marquette. Some fisticuffs with Tefelsky as he'll get this puck open on the right side wing. His shot sticked away by Kozma. Up into the netting. We'll get another stoppage. And good signs for the Bulldogs so far. One of the things that they struggled with in the past 2 games was shooting, though in that first game it took them a while to get going, and they're finding their offense here early. Plenty of space for them to operate. The rebounds, though, collected by Kozma pretty well. Everything off to the corners, right where he wants it to be. So no loose change for the Bulldogs yet, but they'll try and make number 30 in white's life difficult. As this goes off the glass, Ben Loretto will stop it in front of the scorer's table, and maybe a takeaway from Lovestek as he couldn't pitch it out of the scrum. David Clark going back will retreat behind Piros and now head forwards. Across the lane for Loretto. Loretto to Lovesek up ahead. Loretto hit hard. There's a chance for Saney. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Saney, I believe, is going to draw a call here. And a hooking call, or rather it's holding against the Thunder, will send the Bulldogs to the power play for the first time tonight. 13:29 left to go here in the first period. Bulldogs looking to strike early with the special team unit. Of course, we talked with head coach Adam Phillips about the struggles with Aurora on their power play. Went 0 for 5 through the 2 games. We'll see what they do here tonight. Puck is dropped, and it's tied up in front. Up top is Tefelsky. Can't handle it. Swade will move it over for Clark, who operates in the middle. Ansbaugh stopping on his own blue line. Diagonally upwards for Tefelsky. Antonucci jumps into the pile and cancels him out. Trine on the wall to Ansbaugh. He's open. Top of the circle. Backhand pass back to the point. Clark to the middle and Trine across for Tefelsky. Tefelsky down low for Swade. Shooting in front and a big pad save by Kozma. Got it with the stick towards the corner. 40 seconds gone in the power play for the Bulldogs. 1 shot to show so far. Tefelsky up at the right point as it's down low for Trine. Clark to Ansbaugh. He'll walk it in. Shoots. It's blocked in front. The rebound right there, and nobody could find it. The Thunder will clear, and they will make changes as they've gone through 60 seconds on the kill. Good looks for the Bulldogs, but they haven't found the back of the net yet. Clark with a drop pass for Deed, who will slingshot ahead. Goes 1-on-3. Deeb cutting to the middle. Lost it in between a Thunder foot pair. As again, it's cleared all the way down. 45 seconds now remain on the Bulldog power play. Piros will steer it behind his nets as it's Julian Jacob. Jacob, the defenseman, drops back again for Summers, who takes a look, has Deeb in the middle. That's who he'll pass to. Top of the right side circle. Deeb underneath as his saucer pass up top. Jacob shooting. It's blocked in front, sliding on the ice. That was Marquette. A great soak. A second point shot. Doesn't go in front. The deflection for Saney just wide. 20 seconds left on the Bulldog power play. Summers will head down the wall and gather the puck. Gets tied up for a moment, broken free, and the Thunder clear it all the way down. That'll be just about it for the Bulldog power play. As 5 seconds left to go is all that remains, and the Thunder have successfully killed it off. Here's Nienhuis. His first shift of the game goes around the boards. Now to the top of the dasher. Malika steps in. Out of the zone, it's Bannister who makes the play. Last guy back. His pass will head all the way down for icing, as we'll take the whistle with 11:11 left to go here in the first period. Of course, Alex Herman here on the call. Happy to have you all with us on ACTV. Trying to do my best running the broadcast solo up here in the booth to try and keep an updated clock. So it's not fully accurate all the time. I'll try and do my best to keep you updated from wherever you might be watching at home. Here's Patrick Saney with a burst of speed to Summers along the left side wing. Goes around the boards for Kozma. Kozma out of the zone, and the dump in on nets. Breaking out of the Bulldogs. Can't connect on the passing. And again, Bulldogs 2 in a row icing calls. .35 left to go here in the first period. No scoring just as yet, as this heads out of the zone for Ryan Vellucci. Up over the line. Now to the bottom of the circle. It's jumped out of the zone. 2-on-2 beginning for the Thunder. Antonucci can't hold on to it. Piros way out of his crease will play it. Goes through his 5-hole now towards the front of the net. That could have been scary again. The second time Piros has played that puck and not gotten all of it the way that he intended. Something to keep an eye on as this game progresses. As we get just about to the halfway point, 10 minutes left to go here in the first period. It's Alec Lovasek all by his lonesome. Will scrape down the left side wall as he holds up. Summers in the mix with him. Looking to collect it. That's Drew Jeffers. A jump pass for Simcoe. Gets ahead. Loretto right in front of him to stop him from moving. Takes that puck away from him easily as it's chipped off the high side of the boards and out of the zone. Alternate captain Sean Henry makes the pass. This will head all the way down. Kalen Whittingham is able to work it free underneath the goal line. Now ahead for Summers to the blue line, across for Whittingham. He'll lead it. Amsball with open space. Shooting and a blocker save up off the glass. Kozma again has to come up large. Kozman's been excellent so far in this game. A number of chances being sent his way, and he stood tall. Amsball almost stolen away by DiPietra. Amsball tripped up, no call. Don't believe the official saw it. Now it's Anderson to the left side wing. Will circle the zone, looking for options. Babick was hoping for a feed. Deeb gets a stick to the foot as he's also tripped up. Pitching around, that's Swade on the far side wall. Angling is Jake Swade. Teammates caught in a change. He'll swing it around the boards. Not enough force to get off for Jack O'Hannison. Tefelsky will bat this down out of midair. Punched off the glass and out through the neutral zone. Chasing it is Malika right on his coattails. That's White. Can't catch up. Swade will get it in front of the scoring table and backhand it all the way down the ice. No icing because he was over the red line. Jeffers will gather it on the near side wall. O'Hannison pinned into the boards as the puck's still in a deadlock. 7:56 left to go here in the first period. Towards the front, it's Saney. Malika looking, shooting, blocked in front. It's tipped wide. Tefelsky takes a shot to the back of the head. This is going to draw a call again, and the Bulldogs will get their second power play opportunity of the evening. 7:42 left to go here in the first period. Didn't see what the signal was, but I would imagine it was either roughing or interference. Frank Tefelsky took a shot to the back of the head and went down immediately. The Bulldogs 0 for 1 so far this evening on the power play. We'll see how they'll fare in their second try. Still waiting for the puck drop here. It's Swade and Babich as it's tied up on the circle. One back by Amsbaugh. And they're whistling this a hand pass on the Bulldogs, so this will move the face-off into the neutral zone. Bulldogs would have had possession and time to set up shop in the O-zone. But unlucky on that play. The officials caught it the entire way. And we'll have to restart. So Swade again with Babbage, the hot stick for the Thunder. Neutral zone draw, puck is dropped, and it's won back by Trine. Henry will trounce it all the way down. Tefelsky didn't like the angle. It took off the boards, decided not to play it. And we'll leave it behind for Clark. Drop pass for Tefelsky. Across and off the boards for Amsbaugh. Takes the center lane. Now to the left wing. Here's Antonucci's body, who deflected it wide, and the second attempt will travel all the way down. Piros all the way for Amsbaugh. He'll lead him up. It was taken away by Swade. Some friendly fire there. Amsbaugh across the lane for Tefelsky. Stopping at the top of the blue line, down low, went through the legs of Swade, couldn't make the play, and firing around the boards is Vardy. It's stopped by the stick of Tefelsky. Amsbaugh looking across for Trine, and it's sticked back low for Amsbaugh. This is pitched out of the zone, and the Thunder clear once again. Clark for Swade. Now across for Tefelsky. A minute gone here in the power play for the Bulldogs. Nothing to show for it yet. Jack O'Hannison stabs for the puck, and it's Clark who will slow things down behind Piros. Piros will leave it for Clark. Now to the neutral zone is Deeb. Makes one move, gets around another. Summers right there to pick it up in the corner. Fires around the boards for Deeb. Took a shot to the back and fell to the ice. Now this is through the legs of Jacob and through the neutral zone and back all the way down the ice. Jacob with 20 seconds left on the power play. Looking to get something going here. 5:57 left to go in the first period. Thunder Ice Arena. This is dumped in on Cosma. He'll stop it for the whistle. 12 seconds left to go in the Bulldog power play. The first one looking a little bit better than this one so far. Couple of extra shots, but our shot total reading 10-1 for Adrian College, so good sign for the offense, donning their road gray, black, and yellow sweaters. Off the face-off, Winningham will take it up top of the blue line. His shot gets blocked in front. One knee down was Blake Tierney. Whittingham across for Jacob, shoots it, blocked in front, it goes wide, rings around the boards, Jeffers out of the box. The Thunder are even strength. Back to 5-on-5, Vellucci clashes off the boards, across for Jacob. His turning shot gets tipped in front and picked up by Babbage. Out of the zone, it's fired all the way down, and Vardy will collect it for the Thunder. Malika swings around for Bannister, takes an awkward kick. Nienhuis to Babbage as it's turned over. Motored back in, stopping is Malika. The senior from Jenison, Michigan. Saney with a good move, he's got to leave. Saney shooting off the toe, the rebound can't be put home. Lovasek was right there, but he fanned on the shot. A good seeing eye shot from Patrick Saney to put that off the left toe of Kyle Cosma. Dancing in front, arm is going to go up, and the Bulldogs are going to get called here. Now it's their turn to head to the penalty box. Nate Bannister to the box. A hooking call. With 4:41 left to go here in the first period. Offensive zone face-off here for the Thunder. Face-off is won back to the Trine blue line. Holding is Antonucci. Dumped all the way down quickly on net. Cosma will stop it with his paddle and backhand it behind the goal line for Fernestown. Chasing is Summers as he tries to get a jump on Antonucci. Dropped back for the stick of Alexander Babbage. Slid across the lane for Fernestown. He stopped on the boards. Tipped in front. Now to the top of the circle. Playing the bouncing puck was Simcoe. as he can't caress it. Out of the zone, Brad Summers with a short-handed bid, taken out there before he could reach the puck, will recover it. A toe drag move trying to get around, but he's denied by Jack Cooper. Simcoe lost it to Amsball. Here's a lead for Amsball, all alone, in on net, and the last-second stick by Brody Simcoe cancels out before Amsball could shoot. Was trying to take too much time with the puck. Could have shot it from the top of the circle, but decided not to. White flexed hard into the boards by Whittingham. A good step-up play from the freshman. It's Josh Wright, goes around. Babick, right side point, less than a minute to go on the power play. Up top, controlling. Anderson with a shot, deflected in front, the save from Piros. He'll hold it. 46 seconds left to go in the power play, and 3:27 left to go in the first. Only the second shot on nets for the Thunder. Offensive zone face-off here for the Thunder. They win it back again. Babbage, one-timer, up over the top of the net. Piros might have gotten a piece of it with the blocker as it clanked off the high glass and out. Intercepting is Loretto. He'll get this all the way down. That'll kill off some more important time off the Nate Bannister penalty. Not too much time left on the power play for the Thunder. Looking to generate something here. It's Josh Wright. Lost control of it. Piros out of his net to play the puck. Has to get back into the blue paint quick. Jeffers scrapes the top of the blue line. Malika will go around. Jeffers at the left corner of the blue line. Sends it down low. Tipped in front. Loretto steps in. Malika up around the boards. Bannister will come out of the box as we're back to 5-on-5 even strength. No dice on the power play for either team here today. Shot from the point, high and wide. This is chopped out of the zone. Theo Trine with some room to operate. He'll take it down the left side wing. Drops it back. Sadie shoots. It's off the outside of the apron. A good look for number 15, who's had a number of chances so far in this game. 2:15 left to go here in the first period. Jacob will send it around for Tefelsky. Back to the top of the blue line. Through the neutral zone, a backhand saucer pass intended for Swade. He wasn't quite ready for the pass. Whittingham will retreat back into his own defensive end. 2 minutes left to go here in the first period. O'Hannison for Swade. Gets taken out. No penalty there. It was a clean play. Off the boards to the neutral zone. Whittingham across for Jacob. Will control in the neutral zone. Through the legs is Tefelsky. Back to the play. Gets angled into the wall by Henry. Here goes Whites. Gets around Loretto, but he'll pick up the speed and catch up. A stick check from behind will stop his pace. Now to the slot. A quick turning pass from O'Hannison to Swade. He's all by himself, but pitches it ahead for Amsbaugh. 1-on-2. Amsbaugh, leading scorer for the Bulldogs. To the backhand, to the slot. Summers with a shot. That one over the top of the crossbar. Teed into that one, but had to keep it a little bit lower. Clark to neutral again. Summers, a give-and-go pass for Loretto. Now Clark in the middle lane for Deeb. Will steal it, and it's dumped all the way down the ice. This might have the leg for icings, and indeed it does, as there's a minute flat left to go here in the first period. No scoring from the Thunder Ice Arena. Bulldogs and the Thunder in a cross-border rivalry matchup. Does not count for the NCAA standings. Those two games will be played later on towards the end of the regular season, but it does count for the national polls no matter what. Malika swings it over for Amsbaugh. Now to the right, a heavy one-timer, pad save by Kozma. This is flipped to the neutral zone. Can't be gloved down by Wright, but the second whack at it is chopped back. Vardy will dump it deep. Piros out of the net again. Malika flexed hard as Amsbaugh picks it up for Summers. Has two ahead of him. Deeb to Bannister. He'll take it over the line, drops it back, lost it in between his feet. A pickup from Amsbaugh. It bounces back. There's a shot in front. They score! Finding a pocket in front, Lucas Deeb. A deflection with 27.8 seconds left to go, and the Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead. Just when you need it, Lucas Deeb going hard to the net. his 6th goal of the season for his 8th point on the year, and that's a big one for the freshman. Less than 30 seconds to go in the first period, and the Bulldogs have picked up their first lead of the evening. 25 seconds left to go in the period as this is deflected all the way out and almost takes me out up here in the booth. When we're at the Arrington Ice Arena, we have protective netting at the Thunder Ice Arena. Not necessarily thinking about the safety here. That was close from getting up here in the box. Happy that I had my eyes on that. That could have been bad. Should have brought my baseball glove with me, though. Saney will win the faceoff back. Jacob shoots one, that one wide, and covered up by Kozma. 17 seconds left to go here in the first period. Lucas Deeb, his first of the evening for the Bulldogs, getting them to a 1-0 lead. And just after the break, we will be able to have an interview with the Bulldogs sophomore in Frank Tefelsky. Got to catch up with him pregame, get to gather some of his thoughts on the rivalry between the Thunder and the Bulldogs. 5 seconds left to go. Lovasek, Saney across, one last shot. Trine faked the slap shot, was thinking drop pass, ran out of time, and that is the end of the first period. Bulldogs will skate into the second frame with a 1-0 lead. A good start overall for the Bulldogs, leading in every category that you could look for. Shots are 13-2 in favor of the Dogs. That's a whole lot of offensive zone time spent for the Bulldogs, and not a whole lot of time for the Thunder. So trying to right their wrongs from the Aurora series, doing a great job so far. And the only goal belonging to Lucas Deeb at 19:33, assisted by Nathaniel Bannister in the first period. 25 shooting attempts for the Bulldogs, only 8 for the Thunder. So a lot of those shots for the Bulldogs reaching the nets and having to stand strong. Some good saves from the Thunder's Kyle Kozma as we head towards the second period. But before that, got a chance to catch up pregame with Frank Tefelsky, as we will hear from him and be back after the first period intermission. You're listening to Bulldog Hockey on ACTV. Alex Herman here with Frank Tefelsky. Frank, you're having an extremely successful season right now in your sophomore campaign. You've got 17 points in 14 games. Tell me about what went being prepared for this season.
A lot goes into being prepared every year, but I had great guidance from Adam Phillips and a few of the boys from last season, and got a good gauge of what I maybe needed to work on to improve my game coming into this year. And I've just been given the opportunity to go out there and do what I can do.
Now, your squad has maintained a firm position in the top 5 of the national poll since the beginning of the season. Is that something that the team pays close attention to in the locker room? And if so, how does it affect your mindset?
I'd say the team sparingly pays attention to it, but it's not too important until you get towards the end of the year. But as we kind of learned last year, some of these games that maybe you don't think mean too much, they can mean a great deal. So I'd say we paid a little bit more attention to it this year, but it doesn't affect too many things.
Now, you're regularly paired on a forward line with Captain Jake Swade, and your other wing partner has rotated over the past couple of games. Can you speak to what it's like to have such a great veteran presence playing alongside you every night?
I'm very lucky to play with a guy like Jake Swade. He's obviously a great leader, being a captain last year and this year, but he's an excellent player. The kid sees the ice. He's so fast, and I'm just really lucky to get to be around a guy like that every day and play with him every game.
What was taught to you as a freshman about Trine, and what does the rivalry mean to you going into your second season with the Bulldogs?
You know Trine's going to come out here and bang bodies and, get pucks deep, and it's important for us to just stick to our game and not get roped into a lot of the crap that can come with physical games.
Now, what can we expect out of the Bulldogs tonight here in Angola?
I think tonight is going to be one of the best nights that you see out of the Bulldogs this year. Coming off the disappointing weekend against Aurora, our guys seem ready to go. We've had a few good days of practice, and guys are really firing. So,
thanks, Frank. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all of our alumni and friends and people who've been involved with this college over the last year. You know, we were going to do our holiday message from the warmth of my office, but you know, it was such a beautiful day outside, chilly, but it just seemed like the Christmas season look out here. And so we wanted to let all of you know that the last year has been terrific. You have been a great gift to us, from the new dome that we have on campus to a freshman class of 600 students, retention at 90%, even Giving Tuesday, which has gone through the roof over the last 10 years, has made all of this possible. And so we thank you. We wish you a happy and safe and restful holiday season. And we certainly hope to see all of you on campus in the new year. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College?
Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country, and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of, "How's your day been?" after a long day of classes, and the sporting events that fill students with pride. I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog Mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Merry Christmas.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1:15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Welcome back inside the Thunder Ice Arena. Alex Herman, happy to have you all join us here on ACTV for an NCAA rivalry battle between the Trine University Thunder and your Adrian College Bulldogs. For those of you just tuning in now, Bulldogs with a solid first period as they're leading 1-0 heading into this second period of play. Will flip-flop sides as both goalies will go to opposite ends of the ice as we are serenaded by the Trine pep band off to our right in the far right corner. As we'll go through our scoring summary after that first period. Only one goal in the back of the net, and it belongs to the Bulldogs. It was Lucas Deeb at 19:33 left to go in that first period, very, very late in that opening frame. We originally said that the assists were credited to Nathaniel Bannister. That is correct. It is his 7th of the season, but they're adding another one to that total. Ian Amsball will pick up his 20th of the season, as he's now at 25 points on the season through his 14 games played, now his 15th. Leads the team in points with 25, 5 goals, and 20 assists. Man, oh man, has he ever been stellar. Bulldogs doing a great job so far on the kill. Only had to kill off one penalty and did a fantastic job at that. But on their power play, not so great on the other side. It was their struggle over the past 2 games through Aurora. 0 for 5 in that series. They're 0 for 2 already today. Had 2 chances early on in that first period and just couldn't find the back of the net. Well, we'll see what we have here in the second period. 20 minutes up on the score clock. Everybody gathered up at center. Puck is dropped and we'll resume play here at the Thunder Ice Arena. Vardy will go across for number 42. And Drew Jeffers. In deep defensive zone is Anthony Malika. Able to make the play for Trine. His pass quickly for Lovasek trying to cut through the middle. DiPietro will steal it away from him. Back to the neutral zone. Footed away by Finn. Ripped around. Jeffers will trail in front of the net. Picks up the puck underneath the red line. Tipped away. There's a backhand chance. Kept out by the left side pad of Ryan Piros. Circling around now to the slot area. As that puck is picked off, Theo Trune trying to slide it over to Patrick Saney. Taken away by Jeffers. Minute-long shift for him. This will travel all the way down the ice. No icing as it's played by the stick of Kyle Cosba. Now to the near side wall, it's Sean Henry. Stolen by Ian Amsbaugh. Back through the middle, change of possession again. Simcoe will take it over the line. And the Thunder are offsides, our first whistle of the second period. $18:50 left to go here in the second period. We'll take the neutral zone draw right in front of the Thunder bench to our left. First down, as that one sailed high and wide. There's Lucas Deeb, the lone goal scorer of the game. We'll pick this up at his blue line. Summers will force it in deep. Gets caught up by Tierney. Pile up along the glass. Both sides fighting for it. It squirts out for David Clark. Looking to go cross ice. Turns it over. Fernestow is whistled for offsides. Would have had a clear break to the net if he had gotten there. And of course, be sure to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV today on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. And follow at Adrian College TV today. Neutral zone draw, one back by Jacob Swade. Jacob, his long pass. Doesn't find anybody. It was intended for Frank Tefelski, but it's tipped out of the way. We'll take the faceoff back to our left. Faceoff dot closest to us up here in the booth. Babish will step in with Swade on a redo on the faceoff. Swade will jump it, and it looked like he was getting thrown out. Decided not to pull him out of the circle. Forces it off to the left side boards. Jacob will pick up the pace and head after it. Head official had to jump over that puck. Tipped ahead for Tefelski. He's got a lead, and they called this down for icing. I thought he was going to have the legs to get there, and Julian Jacob arguing with the ref. And it's not going to go in their favor, so the Thunder pick the left dots closest to us again. And Deja Vu will have another faceoff. 18:02 left to go here in the second period. Thunder win the faceoff back. Vardy flexes it down the wall. Looking to step on that was Simcoe. Can't find it. Tefelski leading ahead. He's all by himself. Pulls up. Had Vardy catch up. So he couldn't find any options in front of him. Ran out of room to operate with. 2-on-2 puck battle. It's kicked out. Thunder taking on possession. It's Luke DeVries. Along the boards. Over for Marquette. Will get a return feed and drops over for DeVries. His pass to nobody. Whittingham. Ahead for O'Hannison. Tefelski goes one-on-one. Makes a move. Cuts to his right. There's a shot. It's chested down. A good save by Cosma. Kept it out. Tefelski collects. Now to the top of the circle. His pass to the shallow corner. Off the boards, it'll rim out, but stay in. There's a quick shot. Glove save made by Cosma. He'll squeeze it. 17-13 here in the second period. And if there's one constant for the Bulldogs right now, it's they're playing fast. And that's exactly what we wanted out of the Bulldogs. Needed to figure out a way to pick up their pace and start with intensity. Sort of dragged along at times through the Aurora series and doing a significant better job as we wait for Cosma to put his blocker and glove back on to resume play. And they're doing a great job at finding pucks to the net, too. It's a lot of the time Cosma either squeezing it in his protective equipment or deflecting it towards the corner exactly where you want it to be, as a scary play for Piros behind the net, as heading towards him was Jack Cooper. D-to-D pass received by Henry. Slid off to the side for Wright. Flying down the wing like a seagull is Bannister as he gets it along the half wall. Tierney. Punched around the boards again. Nienhaus will thud right into the body of Evan Carroll. Or rather, that was Josh Wright, number 16. For the Thunder, Nate Bannister controlling underneath his red line. A hard pass. Slaps off the twig of Malika as it's deflected all the way down. The icing is waved off and swept out of the zone. Wright runs into David Clark as he sends a hit on him, but it's Clark who comes away with the puck. Off the boards for Loretto. He'll speed around the half side. Vardy can't keep it in. There's a hit from Saney along the glass. Vardy will take the left boards. He'll scrape around. Looking for a pass. Gets hit hard. Now towards the hash mark. Saney gets a chop on the stick. And running away with the puck. Theo Trune trying to chase this down and can't beat the icing. As we'll stop play. 15:43 left to go here in the second period. Almost all of these face-offs being dropped right in front of us on the close side of the glass. Thunder win it back. Henry walks the line. D-to-D will get a return feed. Trune in front of him. Blocker save off the point shot. Piros saw it all the way. Put it towards the corner. Lovasek grabs it on the wall and flips it to the middle. Trune trying to deflect it forward, maybe to get a change, but can't get it done. Babbage. Back down low, Piros plays it quickly. All for Loretto. They'll tumble it ahead. DiPietra almost took a stumble there, but he gloved it down and put it back towards Piros, who pushes it off of his forehand. Lovasek, a saucer pass, gets canceled out. Here's Marquette, stolen from him. Fernestow, the big man for the Thunder, all of 6'4", 220 pounds. Antonucci drops it back. Marquette around the half side wall. There's a shot towards the front. The rebound stopped by Piros off the back of the glass. A good look for the Thunder, their best so far. Shot from the point, scores! The Thunder follow up. It's Drew Jeffers. Similar shot for the Bulldogs through traffic. It finds a seam. And the Thunder have evened it up at 1. Drew Jeffers with only his second goal on the season, 4 points in total, and we're tied up. We'll drop the puck in the middle. We'll continue on as this is headmanned off to the side of the wall. Jacob trying to pitchfork for that puck underneath the red line. Tied up at 1. Thunder and the Bulldogs. There's a fanned on slap shot. Maybe some room for Amsbaugh. Toe drag from Deeb. 2-on-1 if they can hurry. And it's sticked away from him. Off the glass. Jacob will step off the assignment. Amsbaugh picks up the pieces. Right side hash mark. Down low is Summers. Gets a pass. Hit hard into the boards. Amsbaugh taken out before he could make a play. Malika back to the neutral zone. Now it's Lucas Deeb. Has the only goal for the Bulldogs. Trying to find another one here. Brendan Hill Now to the top of the circle. There's a shot. It gets blocked hard. Amsbaugh goes down in a heap. Bannister stepping his way in. A great move. Gets around one man in Antonucci. There's a shot gobbled up by Kozma. As he'll get it. 13:36 left to go here in the second period. So the goal will be credited to Drew Jeffers. Still waiting on the assist through our live stat system. Just as we thought that the Bulldogs were building momentum in this game, the Thunder, as they typically do, answer back. This pass fed cross ice, bounced all the way down the ice, and Bannister will win the race for icing. $13:29 left to go here in this first period. Alex Herman, happy to have you all join us here on ACTV for a road broadcast, Bulldogs and the Thunder here in Angola. Swade tries to kick the puck off the faceoff, comes up empty-handed. Sean Henry, there's a cross-ice feed for Tefelsky. Might have hit the pad of Kozma. Here's a lead feed intended for Simcoe. Hopped over his blade. Malika on his backhand. Drops back for Swade. Wasn't ready for it. Fast pass up for Tefelsky. Takes a look. Deflected. They're going to wave this off as they said it made contact. Swade jumps into the play. This puck will ride the dasher, but jumps over the stick of Loretto. Last man back is Clark. To the bottom of the circle, punch turn, and gets around. As his pass connects with Ryder Nienhaus. He's got some wheels. Nienhaus over for Tefelsky. Not there. Ernesto played Tefelsky hard. Here's Antonucci, a saucer pass for Cooper. Driving the net, a backhand. Out to the slot. Piros is taken out. He'll hop back to his feet. Clark over for Sorensen. He'll get it out. Bellucci to Nienhaus. Nienhaus on the right side wing. Toe drag, shoots! Shouldered away by Kozma. Great stop. As Nienhaus was trying to put that one up high. Leading the rush, Michael DiPietra. Swinging this through the slots. Number 17, Brendan Finn. Back to the neutral zone we go. Takes a kick off a skate. Now the glass. Jacob down to one knee, will glove it away. Loretto in front of the Thunder bench. Will flip this back towards the goaltender in Kyle Kozma. Sorensen all by himself. Now is pressured by Lem Vardy. So we'll kick out of the pile. Here come the Thunder, 3-on-2. Leading up is Glinski. Piros again on his backhand. Will swing it around the board. Sorensen in the middle. Whittingham fires it across for Julian Jacob. His saucer pass, glove down. Lovasek trying to make a bid for it. They had three Bulldogs on one Thunder. Nice reverse hit from Julian Jacob on Glinski. Will take the puck off the glass deflection. Trine to the right wing. Slap shot into the chest of Kozma. He'll grab it. 11:07 left to go here as we get a little bit of action after the whistle. Face off in the Bulldog offensive zone. It's Deeb who's in the circle right there. Can't win it. As the Thunder will take it down the ice. Long outstretched pass for Babbage. And they'll call it for icing. We'll head back to our right. So this time, instead of the right side face-off circle, it will be the left. And instead of Lucas Deeb, it's going to be Brad Summers, but Alexander Babbage remaining the same in the circle for Trine. Tied up, sticks poking at it. As it squirts free, Malika will keep it in. His high-rising shot takes a tumble over everybody's head. Locked up on the boards. That was Brad Summers, and they believe they're going to whistle this down for a hand pass. He was flat on his belly as he tried to push it out of the pile. So we got a halt to play again, and this will move the face-off into the offensive zone. Or I apologize, into the neutral zone. Summers ties it up. Malika takes a stab at it. Amsball looking and feeds it off for Malika. He has to pull up quickly. Deeb in the feet of Summers. Takes a shot to the back. Deeb looking across for Malika. His pass deflected up high. Now drops down towards the ice. Amsball toe drag. Summers is free in front of the net. Amsball has had a number of chances here. Just got to let go of the puck. Deeb to the slot. Shoots into the chest. Stopped again by Kozma. Deeb was looking for his second. He's denied by Kyle Kozma. 22 shots sent his way so far, stopping 21 of them. Ozone face-off for the Bulldogs. Pitched back by O'Hannison. We haven't seen Nick O'Hannison in quite some time. Of course, got injured in that first period. And at this moment in time, it doesn't look like he's going to be returning. Don't see him on the bench, number 47 in gray, the junior from Troy, Michigan. Transferring over from Bowling Green State University, Division I NCAA. Of course, his brother Jack, number 17. Loretto back for O'Hannison. Flutters it towards the wall. Now in front, Tefelsky trying to find it, sticked away by Kozma. With his back turned to the play, Clark has Anderson rushing the puck, forces him to lose it. Out of the zone is Loretto as he jumps his man to the boards. Almost sent Anderson head over heels. Tefelsky fans on his short pass. It's now back for Clark. He'll take it to the neutral zone. Clark dumps it in over the head of Kozma. And Vardy angled into the boards. Less than 10 minutes to go here in the second period. Tied up at 1 goal apiece. Lucas Deeb in the first period. Drew Jeffers in the second. Trace Johnson around the end wall. Jacob with a nice hit as he gets aggressive. Taking a chop was Tefelsky, and a second one on the shin pad of Jacob. As Vellucci is able to vacate the zone. Whittingham with pressure behind him from Babbage. He gets held up in a wrestling match. Finally, both parties let go, and a hard hit from Nienhuis on White. Around the boards, Vellucci looks for options. High glass, it's sky high. White hard around the boards. Piros decides not to play that one. Chopped back. Babbage will pick it up. Send it towards the front. Stick save made by Piros. Was down on his backside. Didn't know where it was. Finally recovers back to his feet. D-to-D pass. Henry with a shot. And a header from Piros a la Henrik Lundqvist. Totally went full soccer style and headed that puck up into the protective netting. You don't see goaltenders do that quite often, and luckily for him, had his brain bucket on top of his head. A lot better protection now than it was maybe 50, 60 years ago, allowing him to do that. But kids, for those who are listening, definitely do not recommend doing that. Thunder in their offensive zone will take possession on the faceoff. Now it's Anthony Malika for Patrick Saney. Had a couple of looks in the first period, trying to get back to his scoring ways. Bannister hunts his man down. Thunder wanted a penalty there, possibly for a trip. No arms up on the play, so we continue on. There's a point shot, just goes wide to the glove end of Piros. Don't think he ever saw it as soon as it came off the stick. Leading ahead is Levisek. Lost it, but Saney right there to try and help him out. Malika fires this off the end glass. Hard as it clanks back down. Saney taking pressure. Open is Loretto. Shooting. Blocker save. The rebound. In front. It's still loose. Mad scramble as it's kicked out of the zone. Two good stops in tight from Kyle Kozma. Bulldogs that close to taking another 1-goal lead. This is airlifted out of the zone. Loretto at the end of his shift, out of breath as he puts it off the boards for Clark. Antonucci drops it off for Anderson as he never controlled it. Trine for Am's ball. This will likely be icing, and indeed is the case. We'll stop with 7:12 left to go here in the second period. Are you ready to explore your Adrian Future Scholarship Day? Let's admitted students tour campus, meet faculty, and earn a renewable scholarship. Register now at adrian.edu/admissions/visit campus/scholarship day today. Offensive zone face-off for the Thunder. It's Hill who will play it. Gets worked into the wall by Loretto. Swept around the boards. Johnson right there. Trine takes a slash at the puck. Bounces free. Summers on the wall now. Clark in the mix as well. DiPietra trapped on the boards as this puck kicks out. Jeffers with a goal for the Thunder today. Forces this ahead for Loretto. Clark gets pressured, has to make a play. There's a turnover forced by Babbage. He's in on net. A good move. Stopped by Piros, and they score. They're going to signal this a goal. Piros never had full control of the puck, and it's poked free. Nobody ever saw it. Thunder take a 2-1 lead. Alexander Babbage, the hot stick for the Thunder. Leads the team now 7 goals, 11 assists for 18 points. And that was a costly turnover from assistant captain David Clark. They're crediting it to Brendan Finn, but here's another lead rush through the crease. Piros never had to make a stop, but it was a 2-on-1. Momentum completely flipping. Now to the slot, Jacob there to pick it off in time. Up ahead is Tefelski. Has to have everybody catch up. Slides it across for O'Hannison. He's got some room. Now to his backhand, the right-handed shot is hassled hard by Vardy. 6 minutes left to go here in the second period. Pitched out to the neutral zone. Malika will chase after it. Marquette right behind him. Piros out of his nets. Swings it around. And some dishing passes towards Jacob. Tefelski never could deflect it. Tierney off the boards. This is back out for Jacob. Will take it over the blue line. Pushes it through, and Kozma will stop it. 5:36 left to go here in the second period. So we'll see what the official scoring is on this. So the PA saying that it was somebody else, but I definitely got it right. It is Alexander Babbage that's credited on our live stats. And just a bad bounce for Ryan Piros. He made the stop, but wasn't able to hold on to it. It was trickling through his 5-hole. That's where we have our 2-1 lead. The Thunder looking to jump up again. Here's Douglas Anderson. Looks to get around Bannister, but is shut down. He'll pitchfork through the pile for it. 2-on-1 in the near side corner. Malika, great stick there to break the play up. Vellucci on his backhand up ahead for Sorensen. Let's go of his pass. Nienhuis with a quick shot into the chest of Kozma. He'll hold it. And really the reason why this game is as close as it is because of Kyle Kozma. 25 shots sent his way. Stopped 24 of them so far, and a number of them came at really key parts of the game. Offensive zone face-off here for the Bulldogs. On the far side, Saney's on the dot. He's able to kick it out as the puck is dropped and ultimately picked up by Brendan Hill. Down the ice we go. It's icing, and it'll give the Bulldogs another chance to set up in the offensive zone. At this point in the game, really got to find a way to even this game up. You've been dominating in the offensive zone, just can't get the bounces. And a lot of the shots, too, there have been rebounds, but not in areas where you can pick it up easy. So maybe the target for the Bulldogs here, try and find some soft areas of the pad or the stick of Kozma. to try and have it dead drop in front of the crease to look for some juicy rebounds as we progress here. Less than 5 minutes to go in the second period. Thunder leading it 2-1. Tied up along the boards, trying to dig it out. That's Alec Lovasek. Goes D to D for Loretto. His shot into the chest again, held onto by Kozma. And shot on net, point in case right there. A lot of these goaltenders playing in Division III are highly, highly talented goaltenders. And a shot like that, not a lot of force, but Kozma able to get eyes on it. He's going to stop that pretty much every single time. So you have a whole lot of shots on net, but the question really is how many of those are legitimate scoring chances and not just shots on goal. You could argue it's the same thing, but when you think about it, it's a little bit different. It's one thing to get a shot on goal, but it's another one to be in a high danger area. Here's Summers to Deeb to the middle. Shooting off the post, it stayed out. Deeb was trying to find the equalizer, and his second of the game is denied by the right side iron. Oh boy, Lucas Deeb so close to tying up the game. Marquette behind the net towards the slot. Tipped away by Brad Summers. He'll lead the charge. Drops off for Ian Amsbaugh. Amsbaugh to Deeb. He's hit hard by Babbage into the boards. Swole squared out for Ian Amsbaugh. Jacob over. There's a shot off the chest. A rebound in front. Nobody home to pick it up. That was a good driving shot there from the Bulldogs. Went off the right shoulder of Kyle Kozma. And this is going to be called down for icing with 3:31 left to go in the second period. Offensive zone face-off for the Bulldogs. It's Jake Swade with Jack O'Hannison and Frank Tefelsky. Jacob and Bannister on the blue line for the Dogs. We'll see what they can do here. One back by Swade. Bannister to Jacob to the middle. Deflected in front, just over the top of the crossbar, and the second whack at it on the outside of the apron. Thunder look to get it out. Baseball swing from Jacob. Can't make a connection. Bannister to O'Hannison. Hot puck there as it bounced off his stick. Great move from Swade. He's driving. We'll move it over. Driving to the middle. The save from Kozma. It stays out. Racing with it is the captain, Antonucci. Trying to get around Bannister. He's taken out. And they're not going to call a penalty. Jacob takes a shot after the whistle from Jeffers. Oh, and two good scoring chances on both sides. Bulldogs are just absolutely snake-bitten right now. I don't know if Swade saw the pass option there for the cross-ice feed. He decided to try and do it himself. If he was able to get a little bit of elevation over that glove side pad of Kozma, that was going to be sure in the back of the net. .255 left to go here in the second period. Bulldogs take control off the faceoff. Malika for Saney. Now it's Theo Trune on the right side. There's a shot off the chest. Can't be held on to. Big slap shot from Theo Trune. Good idea there to maybe have some scare tactics against Kozma, who's been stellar. Now developing 2-on-1. Saney and Trune. Saney on the right wing. Across. There's the shot and the save from Kozma. Oh, another great chance for the Bulldogs. Would have been better if Saney just had taken the shot. I think Kozma really was anticipating the cross-ice feed, and even at that, it's lucky that it got through. There was a Thunder defender parked right in front. 2:25 left to go here in the frame. Bulldogs jumping back to offense. 30-8 the shots, but the score is a deficit for the Bulldogs. 2-1. Clark goes down low. Now to the middle with Summers. Picked off. This will go off the Bulldog boards in front of their bench. Loretto turning quickly. Tries to find Amsbaugh that hopped over his stick. Back for Loretto again. Deeb all by himself, crosses over the blue line, drops it back for Summers as he's hit real hard into the boards by Babbage. Summers didn't see him coming. Amsbaugh takes out his man. We get a pile up on the boards. Thunder fans want a penalty. We're not going to get one. Still hassling after the play. Minute 45 to go in the second. Dancing move from Marquette gets a reaction. Easy blocker save off the wrist shot for Piros. Oh, Hannison tries to slap for it. Clark will have to retreat. And he's there at the center ice red line to make the play. We're going to get a whistle here. I think they're going to either call it offsides or it took a deflection off a player on the Bulldog bench. Less than 90 seconds left, a minute and 24 to go in the second period. It's over to the side. Malika gains the red line, goes around the boards. Kozma can't stop it. Back up top, controlling his Whittingham. There's a high rising shot, wide of the target. Tefelsky turning and spinning. Might have caught a piece of the blocker of Kozma. Swade looking for options. Goes down low for Tefelsky. Dead angle shot. Popped out in front. The rebound. Swade. A pad save by Kozma. 60 seconds left to go in the period. Bulldogs pouring it on here. This is turned over. Now a 2-on-1 for the Thunder. Working it across. It's Cooper. And a sliding play as the rebound in front. Stopped by Piros. Goes full snow angel. No whistle yet. As finally they blow it dead. And we get some extra action after the whistle. That was underneath the body of Piros for at least 3 seconds before they blew that down. And easier for me to say that from up here because I couldn't get an angle to the puck on my side of vision from up here in the box. Anthony Malika is going to be sent to the box here, but I imagine it will likely be for matching calls. And it is indeed the case. Logan Fernestow. Each guy will get a roughing call. So we'll skate 4-on-4. For the next 2 minutes. 44 seconds left to go in the period. Offensive draw for the Thunder. One back for Henry. Goes to the top, looking for a shot. There it is. Blocked in front. Piros to save. And it's held onto. That whistle certainly was quick. Jacob will jump in, trying to defend his goaltender. As giving him difficulty was Brendan Finn. So we'll do it again in the Thunder O-zone. Tied up this time. Helps the Bulldogs out. Bannister across for Jacob. Saney to Jacob. Gets a knee-to-knee, and oh boy, he's down. This is going to be a call, no doubt about that. And it is indeed a kneeing penalty. So we'll see what they put this up for. Likely just 2 minutes. We'll find out. Yep. 2 minutes, as this will give a short power play for the Bulldogs. It's Brendan Finn who's going to have to sit down for the next 2 minutes. 26 seconds left to go in the second period. Bulldogs trying to find their first power play goal in 3 games. Third time tonight. Clark dishes to Summers, gets it right back. Steps in, drops for Tefelsky, and it's coughed up but recovered. Amsbaugh, 14 seconds left, time winding down, will operate in the corner. Clark to the top of the blue line, looks for a shot, nothing there. Tefelsky across, his pass is picked off, and this is cleared all the way down the ice. Piros does not need to play it, and that is it for the end of the second period. So what was a 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs quickly turns into a lead change as they're behind by 1 heading into the third period. And it's tough for them because they've been absolutely dominating for the entire game. Shots are completely lopsided, 31-10 in favor of the Bulldogs, but the goal's not so much, a 2-1 score as we head to the third period. We'll walk through our scoring summary before we head to the break. Only goals that period belonging to the Thunder. The first one by Drew Jeffers at 5:14 in that second period. And the second one at 13:25, Alexander Babbage with his team leading 7th. And that's where we're at through 2 minutes for 2 periods of play. It's hard to say that the Bulldogs really need to make adjustments because offensive zone, they're there. Defensive zone, they've just had 2 mental lapses that have cost them. But other than that, they've done a great job. We're talking about it a little bit during that period, and Bulldogs maybe could do a better job at finding some loose pucks in front of the net for some rebounds. Because for the most part, Cosma is seeing everything that's being sent his way, puts it to the corner, or will hold on to it for a whistle. But outside of that, Bulldogs need 1 to tie and 2 to take a lead, which is entirely possible. Just have to find a way to get it done. They will start the period with a power play for 1 minute and 34 seconds. A rare 4-on-3 in regulation play. As we will step aside for our second period intermission. Thunder leading the Bulldogs as we head into the third period and the final period of regulation. Bulldogs looking to tie it. Alex Herman up here in the booth. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all of our alumni and friends and people who've been involved with this college over the last year. You know, we were going to do our holiday message from the warmth of my office, but you know, it was such a beautiful day outside, chilly, but it just seemed like the Christmas season look out here. And so we wanted to let all of you know that the last year has been terrific. You have been a great gift to us, from the new dome that we have on campus to a freshman class of 600 students, retention at 90%, even Giving Tuesday, which has gone through the roof over the last 10 years, has made all of this possible. And so we thank you. We wish you a happy and safe and restful holiday season. And we certainly hope to see all of you on campus in the new year. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country, and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of, "How's your day been?" after a long day of classes, and the sporting events that fill students with pride. I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog Mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back inside the Thunder Ice Arena. Bulldogs and the Thunder of Trine University. Alex Herman right here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. 2-1 our score for those of you just tuning in now. It was a wild second period. Bulldogs were leading that middle frame by a score of 1-0 off the back of Lucas Deeb. And it was 2 straight goals for the Thunder that gave them their first lead of the evening. Bulldogs, of course, trailing by 1. Those 2 goals first coming from Drew Jeffers at 5:14 in the second period, and then Jack Cooper as well as Sam Antonucci getting the assists on that first goal. And the second one is credited to Alexander Babbage at 13:25, though no assists on that goal. But Babbage now leading the Thunder in goals and points on the regular season. It seems like the Bulldogs at this point are doing everything right but find the back of the net. They've done a great job at generating offense, and it shows on the shot clock because it's 34-10 in favor of the Bulldogs. Shooting attempts are 50-21 in favor of the Dogs. They're doing an excellent job. Unfortunately, got caught with 2 mistakes. One on the blue line, the other one got poked home behind Ryan Piros. And that's where we have our score at the moment. I would expect a fiery third period from the Bulldogs as they look to try and tie up this game and hopefully take a lead. But who's to know? And especially, too, the Bulldogs will start this period out on the power play. There was matching penalties to both sides of the benches, and then an extra one taken by the Thunder. So we'll have everybody gather back up at center ice. 20 minutes back on the score clock. Swade in. Babbage up in the middle. Puck is dropped, and we'll resume play here at the Thunder Ice Arena. Bulldogs down 2-1. Need to find some magic here. Summers, who will start things off. Amsball across for Clark. Will give it up on the blue line. Now it's Babbage who will backhand it in. Picking it up, David Clark. He'll headman this down the ice. Drops it back at the center T logo in the middle of the ice. Summers down the left boards. Slows things down. Goes up top for Clark. Clark will drop back for Amsball. Now to Summers. To the middle. Amsball shoots. It's deflected. Never reached the net. Wright was in the middle. Now to the top of the circle. Fired out of the zone. With speed, here's Jake Swade galloping up the right side boards. Hit hard as he's taken off the puck. That goes off the boards, will stay in as it's punched free. Antonucci will glove it down out of midair, skates back for a second, and fires it all the way down the ice. 20 seconds still left to go on the power play for the Bulldogs. Swade right in front of the box. Now it's Saney will circle back. Stops it for Amsball. Soft area of the ice. 5 seconds left to go. As that's going to do it for the power play. Some confusion there on why we got the whistle. We'll take our face-off in the neutral zone. Not really sure why they blew that play dead, but it was nonetheless. This is flecked back as Finn will exit the box, and the Thunder have killed off the short power play. Bannister up to the front. Jacob flubs the shot, tipped in front. Glove down as it hits the ice for Theo Trine. Low backhanded around the boards. Saney will chase after it. Chipped off the glass and out quickly for Trine. A one-touch pass, and the second one can't connect. Here's Finn. In the corner, worked around the half wall. Lovasek will steal it away from the grasp of Anderson. Lovasek takes a crunch in front of his own bench. Up ahead was Wright all by himself. Will rainbow arc it into the air. Bannister gets stopped by Babbage on the glass. Swayed to the neutral zone. His backhand pass forward to Felski. And that'll go over the top of the net. No dice there. Out to the slot. Swade going for a hit. Gets a hard one in front of the net. Babbage gloves it down. He's all by himself. Babbage stopped by Piros. A big save for number 1 in gray. There was definitely some upstairs angle for Babbage to try and shoot it, but he's denied by Ryan Piros, who has to be on top of his game for the rest of the contest. Loretto steps off the blue line, keeps it in, though Tierney tried to steal it from him. Around the wall, Jeffers has Nienhuis right behind him. Thunder will take it out. Here's Blake Tierney over the blue line. Goes up and around, will circle the zone. Fans on his exiting pass as Sorensen in the neutral zone over the blue line, looking shot, and the wrister is kneed away by Tierney. Out of the zone this goes. Malika back to the blue. Tipped up into the air and will stop. 16:20 left to go here in the third period. Bulldogs still trailing by 1. Our score 2-1. For those of you just tuning in now, Alex Herman right here in the booth at the Thunder Ice Arena. Live on ACTV. Happy to be with you this evening to kick off January. Whittingham, a DDD pass with Malika. Ian Amsball off the boards. Chasing it down is Deeb. Will drop it through his legs for Summers. Stolen from him. Anderson takes a stick up high. I don't think it was intentional. Officials definitely missed that one. Could have been a call for high sticking. Summers using his big frame to try and get after the puck. This is tipped down and whistled for a high stick. 15:54 left to go here in the third. Bulldogs haven't been able to hold a lead since the beginning part of the second period. Only down by 1, so not a deficit that's hard to come back from, but need to find that first one. As that's sent towards the net of Piros, just watched it roll by him. Deeb leaves it for Summers, looks over his left shoulder trying to find a receiver. Amsball leading ahead of Wright. First man to the puck, no icing, waves it off. Backhanded up top for Bannister. Fires it hard back around the boards. Rotates left to right. This is slapped around. The backhand from Wright. Deflected up into his chest. Amsball tried to keep it in but carried it out by accident. Amsball across for Jacob. His pass picked off in the middle by Babbage. Now a lead spinning off is Marquette. Drops it back in front. Here's Vernestow. Shoots. It's blocked in front. Bannister got in the way. There's the follow-up. In front. They score. Bouncing puck in front of the net. And the Thunder make the Bulldogs pay. It's 3-1. Logan Vernestow leading the line. He's going to get his 7th goal on the season with his 5 assists, now 12 points on the year. And this is tough for the Bulldogs. Now you got to catch up by 2. 15 minutes flat left to go here in the third period. Bulldogs out shooting, outplaying, doing everything they can but find the back of the net. Lovasek, his drop pass intended for Saney is taken away. Bulldogs delayed offsides. Trine has to retreat. This is tipped in on net. Piros way out of his net will gobble it up as he holds it. .35 left to go here in the third period. Offensive zone draw again for the Thunder. Bulldogs need to find a way to step on the gas here and get a quick one so they can get back within one. Drop the puck and continue on. It's Anthony Malika who swoops in. Can't play it at first. Will find Swade. And it was not tipped in front. And they call it down for icing. 14:23 left to go here in the third period. So we'll try and check up on the official scoring. So it's Logan Fernestow who gets credited for the goal. And I don't know if this one's also going to be unassisted, but there's no credit for it just as yet. D-zone draw for the Bulldogs. Jeffers steps on a shot. Blocker save made by Piros. Jake Swade is down in some pain. In front of the face-off circle, gingerly getting up. He's going to try and fight through the pain and continue through the play. Swade will go to step up, and a big hit on Jeffers. Trying to make him feel it. DiPietra over the line. There's a shot. Blocker save made by Piros. Tripped up. That was Summers. This is going to draw a call, and I think the Bulldogs will have another power play opportunity here. And it is indeed the case. Oh for 3 already on the day are the Bulldogs. Now 0 for 8 through 3 games. 13:51, Bulldogs set up in the O-zone. Power play starts. Amsbaugh on the wall to Swade. Stick save made by Kozma. Back up to the left side half wall. Amsbaugh scanning. Triangle formation as Clark gets it up top of the blue line. Back for Amsbaugh, looking for a shot. It's deflected by Henry and into the protective netting. .18 seconds gone off the power play. .32 left to go here in the third period. Again, Bulldogs on the power play for the 4th time tonight. Tefelsky to the wing and Summers. Drops it back for Tefelsky. Some changes on the forward lines to take Amsbaugh off, put Summers and Trine on. Tefelsky there with them. Swade up top for Clark. Down to the wall and Tefelsky. He'll skate it in. Down low for Swade. Tipped over his head. Still continues it on. Summers will pick it up. Looking wrist shot. The left-hander. Clark steps into one. Down on one knee is Babbage as he blocks it hard. Clark will get it back to the left blue line. Looking to go cross ice. Here's Tefelsky. Shoots and he puts it high. Again, Tefelsky with a good look to the net. A minute left to go in the kill for the Thunder. They clear it down the ice. 54 seconds and counting. Summers gets it back as the Thunder were changing. Deeb, who's had a great game today, avoids a shoulder check from Finn. Fanning on the pass is Kozma. This will stay in the zone, and then the D-to-D pass gets away from the stick of Summers. Quick takeaway from Antonucci. He's hit hard, taking off the puck. Bulldogs got to work up ice quickly. Now it's Patrick Saney along the line. Dropped back is Deeb. Clark for Summers. Shoots. Tried to find the deflection from Saney, not there. 20 seconds left. Back for O'Hannison. Down to the dot. Summers, toe drag shot, and it's blocked up into the top of the protective netting. Trace Johnson sliding in front of that puck, hopping on top of the loose grenade. And I am absolutely bamboozled right now that the Bulldogs just cannot find one. This is flexed around the boards. A long leading pass for Antonucci, and it's cleared back by Piros. 2 seconds and 1. That'll do it for the Bulldog power play. Unsuccessful again. There's a wrist shot blocked in front. Deeb was trying to find it. Up top is Amsbaugh. Drops it back for Jacob. Off the boards. Deeb to the middle. Nobody there to pick up his loose pass. Babbage goes up and out. Amsbaugh to Bannister, gets over the line, hugs the boards, drops back for Saney, deflected. Off the glass, it'll stay in. Nienhaus checked into the boards by Vardy. Now on the hash marks, Amsbaugh trying to fight through. 2-on-2 along the line. This is wound up to the boards. Peeling off is Bannister, finds Whittingham. And they blow this down. They're saying that the net came off. Oh, and that's just unfortunate for the Bulldogs. They can't buy a break here. .11:06 left to go here in the third period. Bulldogs still trying to find one. They trail by 2. Up to the boards is Whittingham. This is flexed around. Babbage will stop it. Seen a lot of him. It's just about every other shift that we see number 9 on the ice. Long roped pass gets all the way down. Whittingham is there to win the race. And it's icing. Thunder bench don't like something that they saw. So no changes for them. And we're back to taking a face-off to our left. Packed house here at the Thunder Ice Arena. Bulldogs and the Thunder in a big-time showdown. Doesn't count for the NCAA standings, but of course, we mentioned earlier, counts for the national poll. Swade jumps the draw. Up top, Loretto across for Clark. He's able to handle. There's a wrist shot blocked by a chest in front. Loretto takes a swipe for it. Getting free. That's Cooper. Tried to jump deke around Clark. It's unsuccessful. 10:35 left to go here in the third period. Loretto will start it out at his own face-off circle on the left side wing. Right. Goes D to D for Henry. Off the boards and down. This will also be icing. And we'll take our face-off back to the left. And of course, good time to remind our audience that all ACTV broadcasts completely student ran. We would go through our staff normally, but it's just me up here in the booth, Alex Herman. But students calling the shots around all of our athletic facilities. This will tumble all the way down. It might have the legs for icing. Instead, it's Piros who will play it. It's off for Clark. And jumped over the stick of Amsbaugh. They say there was contact, so we'll continue. There's a keep in from Amsbaugh. DiPietro, a backhand pass, slides over for Henry. Takes it in front of his own bench. Jutting in the middle is Deeb. Still can't find it in between his feet. Backhand from Amsbaugh trying to find Summers. Clark gets hit into the board hards. Jeffers loses it in front. That takes an awkward kick. Whittingham trying to tee it up. Clark waits, shoots it on, and it's blocked again. Here's Babbage with a steal in on Piro. Shoots, scores! Babbage again, his second of the night. A steal on the blue line, a costly play for the Bulldogs. And now it's a 3-goal deficit. Man, oh man, can it get any tougher for the Bulldogs? Alexander Babbage going upstairs, bar down and in, behind Ryan Piros. Again, for the second time, Bulldogs getting outscored as there's another shot, the rebound, 2 saves from Piros, he kept it out. Bulldogs, as I was saying, getting outscored, though outshooting their opponents by a lot, and there's an easy glove save for Piros. He'll hold it, 9:03 left to go in the third period. Could see that one coming as soon as it happened. Alexander Babbage with the steal on the blue line. Walks it all the way down the ice and goes upstairs over the shoulders of Ryan Piros. Top of the circle. Lost in traffic. Sorensen will get it out. Back to the neutral zone. Hill to Sorensen. Will rim it hard around the boards as everybody watches it go rounds. Loretto off the end wall. Sorensen. Here's a lead pass up ahead for Glinski. Gets hunted down by Loretto. Bellucci for Sorensen back over the line. Henry to the middle as this is dumped all the way out. Loretto pitches it free for Clark. Oh, Hannison gave it away for DiPietro. He's got speed. This will rotate right to left. Thunder setting up in front. Now it's right. Takes a stab at it. Shoots. It's deflected high. It'll stay in. Doesn't get to the top of the netting. Right again, controlling at the blue line. Goes across. No shot as Swade stepped in. Tie up in front of the net. Clark is able to jostle it loose as Tefelski will now lead the way. Tefelski with speed, gains the line, trying to get around Henry. Whittingham can't kick it to himself. Malika is able to get to the end of the ice first. And we get a stoppage with 7:32 left to go here in the third period. Just when you thought that things couldn't go from bad to worse. Bulldogs were down by 1 to start the period. Now they're down by 3. Faceoff is kicked back to the top of the blue line. It's Ian Am's ball, who will hold it on the half wall. Lucas Deep drops back for Malika. Down low, one-touch feed! Swooping for it, there's going to be a penalty on the play. No whistle yet as Piros will get to the bench, and finally it's blown down. Deeb had his feet taken out from under him. They're going to call it a hook. So again, the Bulldogs will try and do it on the power play. Josh Wright will head to the box. $7:15 left to go here in the third period. A lot of catch-up that needs to be done if the Bulldogs are going to get back in this game. But if you're going to do it, it's got to be now and it's got to be quick. Here we go. Puck is dropped. Vardy quickly off the faceoff. Thunder will take this, and Hill blasts it all the way down the ice. Clark blows a tire right in front of Piros. Not sure what happened there. Must have hit a rut in the ice. And that's just about how the night's gone for the Bulldogs. There's a turnover again on the blue line, and it's sent all the way down. Amsball waiting in the neutral zone. Gets a feed from Piros from his blue crease. Round the boards it goes. Stick lift from Trine. He takes out his man. I think he was just off balance. Clark over for Amsbaugh. Steps in, shoots, shoulder save. Puck pops up in the air. The rebound collected by Amsbaugh. 50 seconds left to go. Only one goal for the Bulldogs to show. It's tied up and handcuffed in the corner. They can't dig it free. Got to blow the whistle at this point. There's a complete pileup on the puck, and it squirts loose. Thunder are able to play it. And Finn will send it down the ice. 45 seconds remain on the power play. A little bit under 6 minutes to go. Into the neutral zone, this will pop out. As it's worked across for Summers, now driving the middle, wrist shot, wide to the glove of Kozma. Antonucci, a backhand, stays in by the stick of Summers, 15 seconds left, shoots, looking for a deflection in front, nobody home. Saney takes a stumble, and this is cleared all the way out of the zone, and that'll just about do it for the Bulldog power play. There's a steal from Babbage. White over the blue line. His wrist shot deflected up into the net. 5:09 left to go here in the third period. And this has been a frustrating game, I'm sure, for head coach Adam Phillips. They've been in it the entire time, and they haven't played bad, but there are just mistakes that normally you don't see them make that they're making. Lovasek looking to work it free. Cross from Glinski. Palucci drops back for Nienhaus. Gets hit hard into the boards. Doesn't help, too, that you've been playing a skater down. You had O'Hannison out in the first period. Malika shooting. Tipped in front. The save made by Kozma. Saw it through traffic. Kicked out the right flipper. 4:33 remaining in regulation. Lovasek trying to kick it free. Nienhaus gets stood up by Wright. Is able to poke the puck free. Winningham will glove it down for Malika. A slap shot around the glass. And that one to nobody. The Bulldogs get caught in a change here as Anderson will get it over the blue line. Tefelsky looking ahead for Swade. Hit in front of the bench. Piros out of his net. They pulled the goalie. Last second effort for the Bulldogs here. An early goalie pull, and it's free for Clark. I thought he was going off for a delayed call at first, but that was not indeed the case. So 6-on-5 hockey for the Bulldogs. Amsball will get to the red line as it goes around the glass. Fanning on the pass is Jeffers. Up top to the point is Clark. He'll stumble it aside. Wrist shot into the chest of Kozma again. Splitting of the Red Sea in front of Kozma, and he's going to watch that all the way into the numbers on his jersey. Don't know if we're going to see a timeout here from Coach Phillips or not. 3:35 remaining in this third period. Bulldogs down by 3. Swade is able to win this faceoff back. Amsball marching down the wing. Up top for Saney, who calls for the pass. Across for Clark. 3 aside at the blue line. Walking down. Tefelsky's shot gets blocked. Thunder have been shot blocking machines today. In front is Saney, trying to collect a loose puck. Dropped back for Clark. Amsball looking for options. It's cleared down. They shoot for the empty net. Rolling towards the cage. And it's going to be icing against the Thunder. So a timeout is going to be called for the Bulldogs. They want to look to talk things over for a couple of seconds. Still plenty of time remaining on the clock. 3:04 to go in the third period. And the 2 third period goals, both by the Thunder. First it was Logan Fernestow at 4:57 to make it 3-1. And then Alexander Babbage, again his second goal of the day at 10:30, made things 4-1. So that extended 3-goal lead for the Thunder. Hard to catch up from at this point in the game. You've already gone through so much and you've done everything that you can. We keep saying it. I feel like a broken record at this point, but that's really all you can say. Shots 37-22 for the Bulldogs. And I think the other statistic that we have to note are the blocked shots. Adrian has 3. Trine, 21. That is a lot of rubber to soak up by your forwards and D instead of the goaltender, who then in return doesn't have to make a save. That's the biggest game changer in this. 21 shots that could have hit Kozma. Maybe a couple of them could have even found the back of the net. But that's hard heads-up hockey from the Thunder. Summers will fire this around the boards for Tefelsky, who's angled by Hill. He'll stop the puck's motion, and it's slapped out. Clark has it in between his feet, and they say that this is a hand pass. I don't think it really was. .246 left to go in regulation. Piros will head back to the ice with the draw in the neutral zone. Delay on the draw as we wait the drop. Swade ties it up. It's in front of the Thunder bench. Now back to the Bulldog D zone. Amsball will stop, make some contact by accident with Piros, and charges it ahead for Summers. Summers with a flip pass down low for Wright. Out of the net is Piros, 6 attacker out on the ice. Here's Amsball waiting for the shot. Toe drag. It just goes wide. The rebound in front, chop to the corner. A second one to the slot doesn't go. Clark winds up. Plays it low for Swade. His bobbling pass tipped out of the zone. Clark is there to recover it. 2 minutes left to go. Clark takes a shot on the wall by Wright. Fired around the boards. Out of the zone. Over the line. Amsball across for Clark. Down low, it's swung deep. Kozma. Pinched on the boards is Henry. As we're nearing 90 seconds left to go in regulation, and unfortunately, this is just about it. Swade with a backhand off the pad of Kozma, up top for Clark. Amsball shoots, blocked away by Kozma, saw it again. No traffic in front of 3-0 in white. This is lifted all the way down towards the empty net, and it's wide left. Icing with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. So maybe 1 or 2 more face-offs before the end of regulation. As a timeout is being called by the Thunder. I don't really know why you would need to at this point, other than you iced it and maybe you get your players a quick rest. But, I mean, you're up by 3 with 1 minute and 20 seconds left, so not exactly needed. Four to 1 our score here at the Thunder Ice Arena as we await likely the last couple of face-offs. We'll see what the pairings are here. It's Nienhuis who will go into the middle. We're still 6-on-5. Piros out of the nets. Jacob with a quick shot gets blocked again by DiPietro. Sharp angle shot trying to find a seam. It's stopped, and we get some extra fisticuffs after the play. And they're going to say that this face-off is going to come back into the neutral zone. don't really understand that decision. Piros will have to head back to his crease. Lovasek will come off the ice. Deeb getting physically involved. There's a chop on Marquette. Deeb steals it. Will sidestep a hit. Less than 60 seconds to go here in the third period. Trine goes around the boards for O'Hannison. Deeb gets it on the boards, finds Nienhuis as he's hit hard by Vardy. That'll get out of the zone. 40 seconds left, so Hannison to the glass and pitched around. Kozma doesn't need to stop that one. Out of the zone this goes. O'Hannison lost it on the blue line, delayed off sides. It'll pop out and free. Nienhuis gets it. Get a little bit of a scuffle with Jacob. Down to 15 seconds. Bulldogs with a hard-fought day. They can't find the result. White is all by himself. Shoots and a save made by Piros. Delayed whistle. There's going to be one more face-off with 4 seconds left. Four aside remaining. And the final face-off of this one. It's one back by the Bulldogs. Blow it down. At this point, I don't think they need to. And the second one, a slap shot from the points. And a massive blow to the Bulldogs as the Thunder outlast the Dogs. A 4-1 final score here from the Thunder Ice Arena. We'll go through our scoring summary one more time to recap the game before we sign off for the night. Lucas Deeb, the only goal for the Bulldogs at 19:33 in the first period. Drew Jeffers at 5:14 in the second. Alexander Babbage at 13:25 in the second. And then 2 goals in the third period for the Thunder. Logan Fernestow and then Alexander Babbage again at 10:30. Easy to say player of the day for the Thunder is going to be Kyle Kozma. Goes 37 for 38 on the evening. Played one heck of a game and kept his Thunder squad in it despite being under fire. Some good play from the Bulldogs, but they can't get it done. Luckily, it won't hurt them in the NCAA, but the Thunder outside of the top 10, and that likely will drop the Bulldogs down just a little bit in the national poll. One more game to finish off this week. Tomorrow night over in Plymouth, Michigan, Bulldogs taking on the USA National Development Team. We'll be on the call for that one. Alex Herman signing off for ACTV. Bulldogs drop this one by a score of 4-1.
The Adrian College Media Production